Excited to ask you about this. You fought Keyshawn Davis twice in the amateurs, and,
Oh, yeah.
and like we were saying off camera, you weren't little kids. This was Keyshawn 2 years before he went to the Olympics in Japan,
in the elite division.
and you sparred Tank for 7 weeks.
Yep.
How does that fight go down in your opinion? Who do you think wins that fight? How's it look?
Man, that's an incredible fight. It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight for both fighters. I'm still rocking with Tank. I think the experience and I still think the IQ is leaning more towards Tank, and the power, of course. But Keyshawn's a hell of a fighter, bro. Keyshawn's a hell of a fighter. And I even knew, like, being in there with him in the amateurs, I was like, oh, yeah, this guy is special. He's going to go far in the sport. And, you see it. He already won a world championship with, less than 12 fights, which is incredible. So it's crazy to see. But, yeah, I think, honestly, at 135 to 140, I don't see many guys beating Tank, honestly. I think Tank has the potential to be one of the greatest fighters of our era, if not in, boxing period, in those weight divisions.
You mentioned like some of the advantages Tank has over Keyshawn, power, experience, IQ, but Keyshawn is a naturally bigger guy. He's got long arms, taller.
Yeah.
Why does Tank overcome that? And how do those attributes, give Keyshawn a chance, in addition to whatever else you could share from, being in there with him?
I think Tank just knows how to use his power better. I think he knows how to set up his shots more, and I think he knows how to basically use
traps.
Use traps, and being the shorter fighter, he knows how to change levels really well. So I think
he's got good feints too.
Yeah, good feints, and and I was telling BT as well that his defense is underrated. Like, it's very underrated. He knows how to catch shots really well, how to block shots, how to parry. Head movement is phenomenal. So yeah, I just think that Tank is the overall better fighter. But Keyshawn, I'll never take anything away from him being in there with him in the amateurs. He's an incredible fighter as well. So, it's boxing. It can go either way. But, I'm rocking with Tank all day.
Lastly, because I know my man BT, he got that Shakur Tank breakdown. Check it out on True School.
Yeah.
But what is the more difficult fight, the better fight? Tank and Shakur or Tank and Keyshawn?
I think Tank and Shakur.
Okay.
I think Tank and Shakur because I think Shakur has better feet than Keyshawn does. I think Keyshawn will sit there and trade with Tank more, which will be more dangerous for him. Shakur's not going to sit there, bro. Shakur is going to, stick and move, be on his P's and Q's, and, use his feet, which is, you can't blame him. Your feet.
You got to do what you got to do to win.
Yeah, it's hit and don't get hit.
Yeah.
So, I think that's going to be the ultimate factor in that fight, is how Tank is going to be able to cut off the ring and close the gap and the distance in that type of fight. So it's an interesting matchup. Of course, I'm rocking with Tank all day, but it's the fight that the fans deserve in the sport of boxing.
And what do you want the fans to know about Joesph Macedo, man? You've been sparring the best. Just from listening to you talk, I think people could tell you're an intelligent fighter, but you also got some hood in you.
Yeah,
growing up in
definitely.
Las Vegas. And, I know about that.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
East Las Vegas, East Side all day.
you're from the East Side,
the
huh?
East Side, man. Originally from
people
Cali,
talk about
but
Northtown and the historic West Side, but that East Side is rough.
Yeah,
man.
the East Side, bro. Don't sleep on the East Side, bro. It's been active. It's been active.
I know.
It's been active. But honestly, I know I have a bright future ahead of me. I'm going to be one of those fighters, kind of similar to how I came up in the amateurs. I just popped up out of nowhere. I remember my first ranking national tournament. It was when I was 19. So, I didn't come up in the amateurs since a little kid. I kind of got started late. But I remember in my first ranking tournament, I got ranked number 9. And then within a year, I was ranked number 4 after beating Bruce Carrington in the finals at a big elite national tournament. So I came up quick, and then after that,
fighter.
Yeah, definitely. And I've always just had natural abilities and great defense. So, and the same thing is about to happen as a professional. I only have 6 fights. I'm 6-0, 3 knockouts. Really 7-0, 4 knockouts, but one fight in TJ didn't get counted. Plenty of fighters have gone through that's bullshit.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's stupid. But other than that, once you get to that double digits, that shit doesn't really matter. But now in the single digit, it kind of sucks a bit. But, my time is coming. It's just the inactivity that's been the biggest issue. in my career, which are things, you know, due to situations out of my control. You know, it's been a year and a half actually since my last fight, but this is the year where we get busy and we're gonna stay busy, and you know, soon everybody's gonna find out who Joesph Macedo is, and you know, everything that I'm working for will come to fruition.
Hey man, credit to you for persevering through those unwanted layoffs.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You know, showing yourself enough that a guy like Gervonta would say, "This is all I need to get ready for a title fight." So,
Yes, sir.
You know, I think that speaks volumes. So
Definitely. Yeah.
appreciate it, Joe.
Nah, thank you, man. Thank you. Stay tuned. Much love. God bless.